hiding.
Yankees had more.
Well, the Yankees don't start till
hiding.
after 8
Well,
o'clock, so
then they
you,
They already
had
won
earlier
today.
Ralph is incognito.
okay. Let's go, this is the meeting of, let's take care of the minutes of May 6th. All right? That was where we talked about, let's see. Oh, I gotta go through here. We're missing Rennie tonight because she had a soccer game or something for one of her kids. And she
Ross.
make sure she saw that. Alan was here first, Scott. So you're on the sidelines. Alan will be the voting member at this point in time.
For once.
For once. Well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over here. But you're more than welcome to contribute all you want, Scott. So don't.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Minutes of May 6th. Did I have any? Oh, I actually picked up something. I picked up a spelling error. And the sentence is, we're talking about planters, the EDC note, that was item number C, 5C in correspondence. The EDC may possible buy planters for flowers. May possibly.
Well
It's
spotted.
not spelling, it's a grammatical error.
Yeah, it's grammatical. Whatever. That's the only thing I picked up.
Motion to accept the meeting minutes of May 6th as amended.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay.
I abstain.
I got 3 seconds there, so you choose one, Jane.
Good.
All
Oh,
those in favor?
Aye.
I abstain.
You abstain. You weren't there.
Exactly.
Okay. Old business.
Ooh, forgive me, but if I was absent at that meeting, oh, wait a minute. No, I was an alternate.
Yeah.
I can vote, right?
No, you were absent.
No, you were absent. You were absent,
I
George.
would, ooh, no, I would.
All we need is 4 anyhow for accepting this. We only need 3 to accept, so we're fine.
We're good. We're good.
And actually, on this one, because Scott was there at the last meeting, he could vote in your place.
Please, if you would, Scott.
'Cause-
Sure.
This alternate thing is so much fun, isn't it?
Odd.
We're
All
good.
right, let me continue on here. Where are we? Oh, okay. Old business, I think we're pretty much done with that one. There's no other old business. Greg Dombrowski, well, actually, there is a continuation on that which we pick up in correspondence. Steve Dunn wants us to more or less formalize this trail thing with an 8-24 referral. So we'll get that to later in the meeting. New business, well, it's part of our correspondence, but I think the affordable house moratorium letter that we got from Alice Dew, I think that was well done, well capsulized to what's going on. And it certainly gives us a much better picture of where we stand as far as how we stand against the state requirements. So,
I think there was a good point that was raised by, I think it was Gene in our discussions, kind of like before we started the meeting. We're kind of close to the edge, aren't we? We just, by the skin of our teeth, have gotten the moratorium passed. We're over the line. So I guess.
Well, but Alan, bear in mind that there are 3 approved projects
that haven't been counted in yet.
Put the shovels in. You're right. I mean, your assessment's valid, but also we do have, again, the big if they do come to fruition and are funded, we'll be in a better place. But if none of them to get built, you're absolutely right. But we still pass. I mean, again, it's getting over the goalpost, not how much you exceed it. So, because who knows if any or all of those 3 will come to fruition. They're certainly dragging their feet, understandably, with COVID and lumber prices and a bunch of other drivers working to disincentivize building.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of keeping eyeballs,
Yeah.
on the, the reality of the time.
Exactly.
So I'm not sure when we have to, actually go back to the state with the next assessment. We got this Alice letter that has gone out. When is the next assessment? Is it every?
Well, she's got 4 years. They go 4 years, it looks like.
The moratorium lasts 4 years, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it looks like they reapplied it. She said it was going to expire in July. So.
Yeah.
She's going for this one will expire in July of 2025.
All right.
Okay?
We got time, and
We
it may
got
not be
time.
our headache.
Why wouldn't it be?
We got time. Let's move on to correspondence with item number 5, memo from our first selectman. We had Greg Dabrowski mention old business, and basically what he did was he and the Board of Selectmen have pretty much endorsed it. The extension of the Still River Greenway up to the north and to the south, up to the Milford and down to Danbury.
Yep.
And Steve has asked that we give an approval for 8-24 so they can go forward, I guess, and get some of the financing that they would need from the finance board down the way. And I certainly have no trouble granting the 8-24 to it, because we were part of the reason why the extension was thought of by Greg. So I'll entertain a motion to.
Yeah, John, I think the point is that we in our plan, our overriding plan, we've already basically said this is something that we would like to do. So all we're doing is rubber stamping, what we have already voted on and approved in the overall plan. So I'm happy with that.
Motion to approve and set forward to the first selectman 824 referral for the proposed extension of the Greenway north and south as per Steve Dunn's recent memo.
We look favorably on it.
I second.
Okay, we got a second from Mel there. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Well, that was easy. Oh, then the next thing in correspondence was this thing. Unfortunately, they sent it to us and it
It
was.
was yesterday.
Yeah, we missed it. It was yesterday. Oh.
No, it's May 26th.
Oh, yeah, it must register by yesterday.
Yeah.
But the actual thing is May 26th. I missed the registration. I was out of town yesterday.
Yeah, I read it at 9 o'clock at night.
No. Wednesday.
It's May 26th. I got a calendar right here.
We might be able to still send it
It's
in.
next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Feel free to join in. Now that I know it's in the afternoon. They'll probably take if you missed your registration deadline of the 19th, which I did, doesn't mean that they'll probably have late registration. They usually do on all these things. So
It's virtual anyway.
it's virtual. You're not going anywhere. You don't have to get in the car and go down to someplace in Stanford.
No credentials or check requests needed.
I did register, as long as I don't have any conflicts.
Good.
Mr. Chairman, I can't attend, couldn't attend, so.
I can tell you right now, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing on the 26th. Yesterday it was a surprise. I ended up being out of town all day, so who knows? But I'll probably register. We'll see whether we can make it myself.
What day is what day is the meeting?
It's the 26th, is
Wednesday.
next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, okay.
No, Tuesday.
Tuesday?
No, that's a Wednesday. I'm looking at a map right, I'm looking at a calendar right here on my desk.
It's Wednesday, yeah.
Well, today's the
Wednesday.
20th.
Wednesday.
Wednesday,
1 to 3.
yeah. I could probably go.
Yeah, right now it's empty
Yeah,
on
so
my calendar.
My calendar's open, yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. Please check your calendars.
I am. I'm looking at a calendar
It's a
right
Wednesday.
now.
For May 26th,
May
So when-
26th.
It's a Wednesday.
okay, I apologize. I'm thinking of the,
Wednesday.
I apologize.
Mel, what year?
Yeah.
No, I apologize. I'm thinking of the 19th. I'm adding 7. I get to.
No, today's the
I am
20th.
sorry. I didn't have all my
Yeah.
coffee. I
You're going to be
apologize.
joining me in that assisted living, aren't you, Mel?
I'll be in the next bed, John, right behind you.
The memory unit is open.
Because I don't want to say anything
wish my
bad
math
because
was-
because
wish
I
my
might be
math
in
was
the
right.
next bed from you
I
guys.
think we're all gonna be there. We're all gonna be there.
Yeah, at one
But the
point.
main thing is my math was right.
All right, we're going to move on to the next item in correspondence, which is minutes of other boards and commissions. Board of Selectmen held a meeting on May 3rd, and several things came up there. Number one item was that Steve Dunn made the request for the 824 referral to us on the Greenway Trail extension, and Greg had sold his case to the selectmen. That was the outcome of it. There was announcements that were made. One that is interesting, Corona's update and town hall meeting room usage starting June 1st. Boards and commissions can meet in person at town hall if they so desired.
I already scheduled my condo meeting for June 2nd.
What we do?
So we could go June 1st. Now,
No?
I got something from Tom Beecher today, which shows Governor Lamont's new executive orders. It seems like going across the whole state by July 20th.
Yeah.
Everything is open, no matter where you live.
That's
So,
the plan.
But also it's going to be extended, Zoom meetings are going to be extended to June 30th if we want to. So in the future, we got our choice. Next meeting could be in person or we can continue with Zoom.
I vote for in person.
I vote for Zoom.
Do
I'm
we,
going
do
around
we
the
need, do we need to have a formal vote on this?
I think we ought to have a vote on it, see which way we want to go.
If I was voting, I'd vote Zoom.
What?
If I was voting,
If,
Okay, all those in favor of continuing
Thank you,
Zoom
Scott.
meetings into June? Say aye.
aye, Zoom,
Zoom in June, okay.
just to be safe. I think it's premature.
Okay,
doing?
well, in July,
Yep.
we'll be going
Aye.
in person.
Zoom.
All right,
June.
all right. So that should be noted in the minutes, so
We made a
Christine
decision
continues on in Zoom meetings
for 1 month.
for one more month.
Yeah.
All right. What else? Oh, they're gonna have a virtual coffee with the community on May 24th at 7 PM. You can join that if you like. Also in his minutes of the Board of Selectmen, WPCA has requested sewer in the Brookville Market area. And they're going to probably need a low-cost solutions, $389,000. At this point, no action's been taken about by the selectmen. However, they think they can fund that out of the American Rescue Fund, so that's an action that might happen. May be getting Route 25 torn up for sewers, so we'll see what happens. And there is also a company called Homeland Towers who's looking to put a cell tower at 93 Graysbridge Road, which is Public Works Complex.
The golf driving range.
It's near the driving range, right? They made a motion to forward an 8-24 referral request to us for the proposed cell tower. However, it never arrived. I haven't seen it yet. I would probably like to see a little more detail on it before we we act
Yeah, it'd be
on.
nice to know exactly where, a plot plan, because that area is kind of inconsistent, between small offices.
Well, where the town garage is, it's kind of low. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I could talk a little bit about that, John, if you'd like me to.
yeah, why not, Ralph? You know something about that.
Since it's our facility, yeah.
Yeah,
But basically, they want to put it next to the salt barn, close to the river, but they feel that elevation is fine. It's going to be a fairly tall tower. And they think it's an ideal location for what they want to do. And it's a piece of land that we could probably give up. So,
Is that town property, Ralph?
yeah, it's right next to the salt barn, our
Oh,
DPW
nice, so
facility.
they'll pay the town the money, good.
oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I was picturing it being closer to the driving range for some reason.
Oh.
No, it's actually right in our town yard. If
Oh,
you've
nice.
ever been down that
What
way
is
on
the-
Raised Bridge Road.
Ralph, do you know what the there's the self-service over there is pretty good. Did they provide any rationale with the application?
Yeah, I guess there's just a need for
Yeah.
service in that particular area, and that's a location they scouted out, and it's one that they picked, and it's one they feel would serve them well. Also,
Surprising, the only thing that's surprising, why they would want a 4G tower when we're on the cusp of 5G, which is, tiny repeaters every fourth telephone pole. So
Well,
it's just
I
odd.
think we'll wait until we get the actual referral
Yeah.
over, because usually Steve provides background information along with it, so.
Yeah, it will be interesting to study the rationale, given where the technology sits at the moment. Just kind of piques my curiosity.
Bruce, I don't think that there will be any, if they start with 4G and just upgrade, it'll be the same. It'll be the same site, the same location. What I just want to confirm, Ralph, was this to be with an income to the town? Are they renting the site?
yeah, I'm not involved in the negotiations, but all of these cell towers have some type of an agreement attached to them, and Steve Dunn is negotiating that agreement. I don't know
Yeah,
if the
it's-
Board of Finance will get
I know
involved
they
with that or not.
Actually, it actually used to be.
Money to the town.
Yeah, it's big money. Typically, there's an upfront. I know a lot about this because I served for a couple of decades on the property committee of my church, Prince of Peace, and we were approached 10 years ago by AT&T, and the total revenue over a 10-year period was about $385,000, and it included $150,000 upfront one-time payment. So it was the one-time payment plus significant one-time payment.
Yeah.
I don't know if, again, with 5G on the horizon, and particularly, moving away from the 200-foot tall tower kind of model to the pole-mounted solution, I don't know if those metrics are still in play, but again, for a 10-year-old information, it was pretty sizable. We ended up, the church council ended up voting the property committee's recommendation down because they felt that was kind of around the era of handheld cell phones causing brain cancer.
Yep.
Mythology of same. So the church powers that be, the grand poobahs decided they didn't want to be seen as supporting what potentially could be a bad medical scenario, and we walked. And I said, dude, you're leaving a ton of money on the table. So it's my point is, it's not a trivial amount of change. Now, again, that may have come down in the modern era, but it's still a fairly lucrative proposition.
It is. What I would be interested to know is why Harry was not in favor of the proposed project. I think that just to
Money.
actually state
Found
that,
money. Yeah.
I'm not, it's not that I have an issue with him saying no, but it would be nice if the minutes actually gave
Has
a bit of
rationale.
background.
Gave the rationale, yeah, well,
Rationale.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyway,
anyway,
I mean, especially given that
we're going to be discussing this one again as soon as the A24G request comes to us.
there'll be a lot of discussion around that, and it's also odd because we did agree to put the tower up behind the fire station, so there is a tower not too far away.
yeah.
Yep.
And we put one up over by Lake Lenona as well. So we've kind of gone from I live over on the east side there, and we've kind of gone from zero coverage to, a plethora of towers. But like as I said, with 5G coming, they're going to become obsolete fairly shortly.
Well, frequency reuse. That's what it's all about. In less power into more areas.
Exactly.
All right. So I think that's probably why they're actually doing it. And I think it's interesting. They only had it, nominally scheduled for, let's say, 4G, but I believe it's going to be, they're planning ahead.
Yeah. Well, the other strange thing is you do have a mountain, as you go farther up Gray's Bridge towards the railroad
There you
bridge,
go.
you have a hill, a pretty good
A
size
hill.
Mhm.
Got a ridge
Did
there.
that have anything to do with Amazon coming in? Because that shopping center there is pitiful with service.
That may be the reason. We don't
Yeah,
know.
but you're pretty far away. And
That far.
I mean, it seems like a pretty straight shot, though. It's a pretty flat from the town garage to the Amazon Target site.
Yeah, Gene, I think the reality is that if there's anything, it's going to be a repeater that, basically what they'll take
Yeah.
a signal on
Yeah.
their building from any surrounding,
Yeah.
access
Yeah.
and reuse the frequency inside, almost like a Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be, and also they're on the main road in that area. They must have, fiber connectivity.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I
going
don't-
up Candlewood Lake Road, absolutely.
yeah, I don't think they're going
Like
to have a
Sherman,
problem.
yeah, to like Sherman and points north of.
Are there any other items in the Board of Selectmen's meeting that we want to discuss? If not, we'll take this one up when the request comes to us formally from the Board of Selectmen.
Yep.
And then we got correspondence from the ZBA. They had a meeting on May 3rd. Several meetings were interesting because we're talking about accessory apartments before the meeting even started. There's like about 3 or 4 applications where they accepted accessory apartments, usually for relatives in the family. They also they approved the DOT's request for taking some of the front buffer area of the parking lot of ShopRite Plaza so they can make turning lanes. And let's see, Laurel Hill condos, the ones there that they wanted to move, get a little leeway there so they could put a clubhouse in. And it looks like they approved that one too. So those are the things that stood out to me on the ZBA minutes. Anybody got comments on those? If not, we'll continue on. We're to informal discussion. I don't know if you guys read the article that Gene forwarded to us on the guy who was riding around the bicycle and seeing 4-acre lots of mansions in his town there. I guess it was the
New Canaan.
New Canaan, Greenwich area.
Where the Bucks are.
Yeah. So anyhow, he's part of a group that contacted the Yale law students and a few other lawyers, and they're trying to see why they can't have multi-housing family in the same footprint that the McMansions are in. So anyhow, interesting.
When you've got a 10,000 square foot house, it's not too hard to carve out an accessory apartment.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think anyway. I wouldn't know, but
Yeah. Well, you probably could put 2 or 3 families in there. Yeah.
absolutely.
Y'all know what NIMBY is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a NIMBY situation.
Well,
Not in my backyard.
I
yeah.
know.
Well,
No, they're-
Well, I don't know what kind of zoning these towns have, but our zoning is different in Brookfield.
Yeah.
We're sloping soil. Is how much the land, we have 1 acre, half acre and so forth, basically on the ability of the land
Septic,
to handle the septic system in that area.
because we'll never have sewers.
So I don't really see
Right.
too many lots that are 5 acres, because if they're 5 acres, they've already been subdivided in this town.
Yeah.
If they have the right ability to drain water.
If Haggerty had anything to do with it. That's where I live.
Was that a dig?
No comment.
It was creative. It was called creative subdividing.
Yeah, you sure is. But, we got, has anybody got anything else for informal discussion? We did have an informal discussion on cellular towers just now, but because I'm almost ready to let Linda do her thing.
Is it time, Linda?
What?
For your magic.
Motion to adjourn?
I second.
There you go.
Okay.
But that's my job, Mel.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, good night.
Good night,
Rob,
everybody.
enjoy the
Good night.
Yankee
Good
game.
night.
Yeah, John, by
Hey,
the
Juan.
time we meet next time, the Yankees will be in first place.
Enjoy the warm weather, everybody.
You know, I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned with all the no hitters going around.
Yeah, it's crazy.
With the furniture. You know,
Definitely definitely crazy.
he has a promotion that there's a no hitter,
That's right, Gordon.
right?
It's all or nothing. Either they hit a home run or they strike out.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay, good night.
Have a good night.
Everyone,
Good night.
everybody for attending. We'll see you in Zoom in June.
June.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Take care.